Hi guys, my name's Jeff. I wanted to do a quick introduction to the channel. So I'm going to call this episode 1 of the camper build. You notice this is the inside of my truck. It's nice and air conditioned, so I think I'll do it from here. Kind of give a little bit of background as to what prompted me to build this thing. Basically, this is what it was. I fell and broke my leg. It wasn't just a normal break. I broke the hell out of it. It's pretty traumatic. During the time that I was in recovery, I sat in the house, unable to basically do anything, so I really got the get the hell out of here-itis. Okay. Second of all, it cost me my job, it cost me my relationship of 5 years, and to cap it off, my dog died, so it was not a good year for me. Required surgery to repair. Took about 2.5 years for me to walk again. Okay, so I'm getting ready to start taking measurements. Hopefully the sound isn't too annoying. As you can see, I got the truck behind me. Follow along, I guess, and I'll show you some of the initial measurements that I took. And then I've got some still photos to show you a little jig that I built up that I took a lot of other measurements that kind of help give me ideas what I could and couldn't do, and also frame this thing for the plans that I drew up. You can't not take enough measurements. So I guess this would probably be a good time to break out a pencil and paper. I have pencil and paper in the truck here. Considerations that you want to make, hopefully you can hear me okay, is the height. I'm not going to show myself writing them down, but I'll give you an idea. Okay, so obviously I've moved in the garage. It's not necessary to have a garage to do this. You could do this in your driveway, and I'm going to show you how in just a few minutes. Fortunately, I have a garage, or I have the space to do this in. I want to say pardon the mess, but I don't really. Okay, so I've shown you how I've done the bed rails, at least the shape of the bed rails. I haven't done fastening or tying them together yet. Some point in the next few minutes you'll probably see that. So what I'm getting ready to do, or what I'm working on now, is the patterns for the ribs. This is pretty important. The ribs will, other than define the shape of the camper slash truck cap, there's a structural component to this, in that the top of the cap, I want it to be capable of supporting several hundred pounds. Give you an idea, the air conditioner weighs 125 pounds. I might have mentioned that before. I'm a big guy. I weigh about 265, 270 pounds. I figure if there's two of me up there, you get 500 plus. So air conditioner and two of us is 600 pounds plus lawn chairs, cooler, umbrella. I want it to be able to hold some weight. So what I'm going to be doing next will be the ribs. The ribs, kind of important. Okay, let me get some kind of angle on this thing. So what I have here, I already know that my bed inside dimensions are 62 3/4 inches. The rails on the bed are 4 inches wide at the widest point. So you add another 8 inches here. The sides, the truck cap that I'm building is actually going to protrude past the sides of the rails. I don't know if I'm going to need to support anything or not. So what I did was I just gave myself like an extra foot on either side. I do have a sketch of the camper, of the bait. You can see I taped all the pages together. I used that as a rough pattern, transferred it to the cardboard so I have a little bit more of a sturdy pattern. I do have a sketch of the camper, just to give you an idea. I kind of want to wait till I'm done, so if I show you this, it will be the only time I show you before it's finished, but basically that's the idea. So let me see, you can see window, this is the part that goes over the cab, this is little air unit. Okay, so this is basically the shape of this thing. Made some on-the-fly adjustments. So for example, if you look down here, this is the inside of the bed rail. I wanted it to cant in just a little bit to help, kind of like using the pyramid shape, help support some of the weight. The outside, although it will help support some of the weight, is really more to define the shape. So the hole, if you look down there on the other end, you see that big tall tube, that's going to be a compartment. So I'm going to drill like 6-inch hole saw, whatever, put holes all the way down the side of the bed, out there on both sides, run that tube through it, and with modifying the cap, I'll have a little storage compartment. It could be fishing poles, could be tent poles, I don't know, it could be anything. Matter of fact, come to think of it, I don't know how much it would hold, but for a water tank, I could use those for water tanks as well. I don't know how much it would, I haven't done the math to figure out how many gallons of water it would hold, but if I'm shooting for 20 gallons or whatever, I think I might be able to pull that off. Anyway, so that's what the hole's for. That is the shape of the side, and let's see, we'll go from here. Oh, by the way, this material is called ram board. You can buy this at Home Depot, Lowe's. See a roll of it over there. Okay, so that was really quick. I think maybe. Okay. Okay, so as you